Okay, so I'm gonna keep it shorter and sweeter because I think that was spirit, y'all. This charger was at this tablet was literally at 21% and literally it just died. And so I feel like, and it was really, like I said, 21%. The battery was completely gone right now. So I said, this is energy, and so I'm just gonna keep it to the point. I did look at the comments when did go back. Hey, Laker Spot, I just thought about you the other day. I hope you're doing well, honey. And the OC, honey, my OC sister. Who you doing? Hey, TC, I saw you too, TC. I was like, what happened to TC? She just fell off the face of this earth. What happened? This is my sister. Where's she at? Okay. And so, you guys, I want to keep this to the point, and like I said, I don't want to drag it out. And so there's just a lot of stuff, right? And if I do not keep the previous video, I'm going to repeat this so you guys know, like, why is it saying the same thing? So if you signed up for those 5 classes, I believe a month ago when I did that deal, and you got the sex magic class, or even if you got the sex magic class after that, let's say after December, we're going to say December the 7th. I'm going to give you a master sex magic class because, of course, as someone who worked in the adult industry, who dealt with sexual energy, I learned a lot. I know a lot, and it's helped me and it's helped other people get to not only the motherfucking bag, but keep their self in a good mental state. What a lot of people don't know is that sexual energy, you become like an incubator. Like, no pun intended, you become an incubator for energy. So every person you've had a sexual encounter with, especially if you don't do sexual or cleansing, you're taking on their problems, you're taking on their energy. Hence why another reason why I did not want to deal with men who were single and or married just to deal with them. Okay, and there'd be some sex ass motherfuckers out there, but I'm like, girl, if you ain't got the money, I ain't got the time. Who's on? But going back into this, y'all, spiritual deception. I'm gonna keep it very quick and very to the point. And so a lot of things happen, and I think as a healer, as a chosen one, you need to realize that not everybody's on your level. And although, some people are like, well, everybody's not going to be on your level in the sense of, yeah, you're right. They're not going to want to eat the way you. They're not going to want to walk the way you want to walk. That's why I said I will never protest my lifestyle for other people. Because I don't eat beef no more, I will never fight you for eating beef. Because I choose to go in and meditate when I'm feeling spiritually attacked, and you feel like that's not. And that'd be another thing too. I'd be like thinking that'd be like some spiritual shit going on too, because I'm like, people be like really trying to bully you or make you feel some type of way for your practices, and it's just like, and in the past you've done this and you never did that. Why all of a sudden now? Because I can. I'm grown, bitch. Hey, bitch, if on a full moon I never disconnected from people, this year I choose to do so, that's my motherfucking prerogative. Are you gonna beat my ass? I mean, what you gonna do? The fun? Oh, that'd be irritating when people like that. Well, you never did that before. And you're right. And this is a whole nother year. This is a whole nother day. Today is a new day from yesterday, babe. So yesterday, if I was around you and I was cool and all stuff, and today I choose not to be, that's my prerogative. What you gonna do? Anywho, and so people were projecting energy and stuff onto me. And I was seeing people, and of course, this is never a point of like victimizing or taking on certain roles and agendas, but you peep things spiritually. And as I mentioned before, as a spiritual inclined person, you are a magnet. You not only amplify other people's experience that surround you, but you also attract things that are not for you to you. And a lot of times, especially as people are experiencing with manipulation, they'll come across as if they're for you, right? Like, let's say if it's a man is, hey, I'm looking to establish a relationship. This man will act like he's the one for you, and I'm here and I want a relationship too. And as soon as he get from you what he needs from you, whether it's sexual connections or monetary gains, whatever that is, girl, you don't hear from them no more. They go ghosts. And it'd be them, not you. And it'd be you kind of because you've been enabling that stuff. And I had the discussion with a sister of mine a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a couple of months ago, where I was saying that, like, baby, I learned that it's them, not me, but it is me enabling it because I have that energy on my aura. And one of those energies is desperation. And at that point, I did have that. Where I was like, I really want this. I really want this. And you could want something and be determined to get it, but there's a difference between determination and desperation. And so either way, things were going on, y'all. And like I said, people would see me with my hair color and they were like, oh my God, whoa, your hair looks good. And it's like, wait a minute. when I first did it, I styled it. I'm going out with just a straight and, whatever today. And you're saying it looks really good now. Like, wait a minute. And they're like, yeah, I never noticed that on you. And it's like, wait, what? And we were sitting there talking. So what did I look like? And I was even starting to question y'all. Like, was I coming out without my wig on? Was I coming out with just braids to the back and shit? Looking like Queen Latifah and Set It Off? Like, I was really thinking that, like, was I going out with a fucking wig on? Like, girl. So it was questioning my reality. And that's when I knew something deeper was going on. There was even people, y'all, I even shared this with my sister people. I know there was people that used to be very extra with me. They would be like, hey, how you doing? Like, they would go out their way and they'd be like, hey, how you doing today, ma'am? Hey, girl, hey, boo. And it's just like, in a certain period, they were not doing that. And it was as if I did something to them. I was like, did I do something to them? Did I offend them? And so I was just questioning my reality. And like I said, I started disconnecting from people. It's been about maybe 2 weeks now. And so we're going into like maybe a month and a half since I've been dealing with this energetic, difference. And y'all, I literally, it came to me, spiritual deception. And how it really came to me, it came to me as stay home. Oh, come on in here. Stay home. And home is where the heart is. And the body is the home. The body is the abode. The body is the temple. And so stay within. And of course, that's something that's been coming up a lot for the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, is that people are definitely seeking on the outside what they should have on the inside. And not that you should have, because everything you have, everything you want, it's already there. But learning to quiet your mind, shutting the fuck up and listen to the voice within. And when people say, I cannot do that, baby, you do not have a soul. And I love when they tell me that, because baby, I'm not dealing with you, baby. I'm sorry, baby. Not personally, girl. You are not going to have that phone contact, girl, because you are an agent of chaos and you're going to be here to distract me. Which, by the way, we're going to do an actual video on agents and stuff, y'all, being these girls want to try me, bitch. Anyway, so a lot of people who are in this role that are a part of the spiritual deception, they're not even aware of it, y'all. They're not even aware of it because of their energetic embodiment. Of their energetic embodiment. They're not even understanding that certain information, certain experiences that you are dwelling in lowers your frequency. And of course, I want to point this out because people will say, okay, we can, because they say numbers don't lie. They say people lie, men lie, women lie, but people don't lie. Or numbers don't lie. Your astrological energies don't lie. Knowing my placements, knowing my life path numbers, knowing my destiny, knowing all this stuff, y'all, we can put this out loud and invisible. I am a very people person, meaning that, and this is a part of my healing process. This is a part of my making myself stronger. Is I had to disconnect from certain experiences and certain things because I would start to bring on other people's energy. Also being a very empathetic person, that also makes me sympathetic to a degree. So I was seeing people and experiences, and it made me sad. Where I'm like, why? Like, God, why would this person be going through this? Like, God, why would you allow the universe? Why would you allow these people to experience this? And I was just questioning this stuff, and I had to back on up because it's like these people don't understand that they're masters. These people don't understand that the God that they're bowing down to is really the God that's at the top of their head. And so if they don't understand that, if they don't have the doorway to establish that portal, if they don't have the path to access that portal, you cannot force them to that pathway. You have to let them find that on their own. You have to let them hit whatever they need to hit, the wall, the concrete, the brick wall. You have to let them hit that themselves for them to realize that, because that's what I did. And that's how I learned what is God and how to find God and how to access God. And so with that being said, when people are not on that level and they're not in the prema, that's why I tell y'all, I encourage y'all, whether you're a Buddhist, whether you're an atheist, it doesn't matter what you are, you still have to surrender to something. If you're an atheist, you don't believe in a God or a goddess, surrender to your higher self. When you say, what is my higher self, baby? Sit the fuck down, shut up, and think about what do you like to do? What do you do that makes you feel your best? What is it that you do that makes your creative juices flow? In that moment, that is when you're accessing and surrendering to a higher power. And so, with that being said, when people you're dealing with is not doing those things, you will start to attract their experiences. And a lot of times, when they're in that energy of not knowing, and of course, I want to say this just in case. People ever come across this or this person ever come across this and they think that this is me, reading them down or down talking them. I'm just speaking my truth here. And of course, there's no hard feelings because clearly that's why I still talk to you. But when you're in this energy, right, and people are, outside of their body, what they call, you about to get me outside of my body. That's what they're saying. They used to say when they're about to go crazy. Yeah, you're about to get me outside of my body. You're about to get me outside my body. And I would be like, girl, get outside your body and watch what happen. Anyway, they would see experiences happen. One of my people, y'all, saw an experience happen. And see, that's how we say it too. And I just be like, God, oh, come on in here. Because this is the part of spiritual deception, whether they know it or they don't know it. Situations has happened within the past, I would say, year, from January of 2025 to, no, we're going to say February of 2025 to February 2026, where I question people's identity. And when I say identity, whether they're truthful people or they're liars. And if you're a liar, you are a Decepticon. That's going to be my term for people like that. You are a Decepticon. And if you are a Decepticon, bitch, I cannot fuck with you on a person. I cannot trust you like I did before I found out you are a Decepticon. And I think that experiences happen because people say, well, you're psychic, you're tuned in. You should know somebody's a deceptive person or not. A lot of times people are deceptive. That's what a deceptive person do. They fool you into thinking that they're honest, that they're loving, that they're truthful, that they're loving light. And in reality, they're fucked up. They got some trauma going on. They got some insecurities. And instead of working on that shit, they mask it up. And when you meet them, you pull it out of them. And so now this energy becomes combative with you. Now it looks like you're fighting with everybody. Now it looks like you're the messy one. Now it looks like you're the problematic one. And it's like, no, how is that possible? And I see this with a lot of people, y'all, in particular with my, so-called LGBT people. And of course, because, this current state, they feel like they're being attacked, especially the trans people. They feel like they're being attacked by certain people, certain energies. And of course, the inner me is the enemy. And so when I say by that, and let's understand that again, the enemy is the inner me. When you don't know something, when you lack the ability of accessing something, you will feel like sources that have no power over you is fucking with you. Nobody has greater power over yourself but you. And so you have to know this. You have to be confident in your interaction. Of course, I know everybody's not going to be on that level. But as someone who's claiming to be a spiritualist, or someone who's claiming to be, I know about spirit, I can tap in, all that, baby, I hold you to a higher standard. And so either way, there's just been a lot of deceptive practices, a lot of people deceiving and lying to me about shit that's really not that serious. And I'm just like, but why? What's the point of lying? Because if like, in my mind, I understand that. Like, if I'm truthful about who I am and it makes you not want to be my friend no more, girl, don't be my friend then. If it's, you know what I mean? It's like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't have room for being ashamed, for being regretful. That's not love. Also, by the way, too, love is not regretful. Love is not shameful. Love is not embarrassment. If you love somebody, you should be able to open up and be honest with these people about what it is you're feeling and how you're feeling, regardless if they're going to judge you or not. And if they love you the same way you love them, they're not going to cast judgment onto you. And I think that with me, I think a lot of people think because I'm so outspoken, I'm so direct, that I'm going to be teasing them and keep picking on them about an embarrassing moment. And if you know me, you know that I'm not that way. People told me some real crazy shit, and I've seen people do some real crazy shit, and baby, we done got over that. Like, I'm not going to be thinking about or revisiting that. And so either way, things just happened where they were doing stuff. And so I told y'all about two things that happened to me that made me question my reality and energy. And someone who I know and love dearly knew what was going on. And they were like, well, you were in your energy and I didn't want to get you off that energy. And so I didn't tell you, but I know that person was doing it at me and not you. And in my mind, I'm thinking, girl, fuck being in energy. Bitch, if I know there's something that I did that got you in a hostile energy, Come on in here. Let's talk about being consciously and being aware, because this also goes into deflecting. When someone is not aware of themselves or they don't want to take awareness of who they are, they will deflect their awareness or their experiences onto you. So when you are aware of yourself or you have awareness for other people's energy, because everybody be like, I'm an empath. Bitch, throw that shit out the window. Like, I'm sick of hearing I'm empathetic, I have a heart for people. I'm sick of that bullshit. Because usually the ones that be saying that shit be lying as fuck, and they don't have a heart for people because they don't have a heart for themselves. They will be diagnosed with cancer and they will be sucking on sugar. They'll be having all these elements in their body, but put more fucked up shit in their body to fuck their body up. So it's like, girl, you don't have self-love. You can't tell me you have a heart for other people, because that's not how that works. When you love yourself, you understand who the fuck you are. And so you also start to resonate and understand people who are also where they're at and who they are. And we don't have to resonate because we're both of a certain experience. I resonate with you because you are confident in who you are and you love who you are, and you are also aware of who you are. And so that's us. I get along with Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, atheists. I get along with homophobic, racist people at the end of the day, because bitch, their personal experiences. That does not affect me. Now you come out directly and call me out and call me this and that. We got a problem, babe. But a lot of people we sit up with don't like our kind. And so I'm not holding other people accountable for their own personal decisions. What I'm saying is the spiritual deception comes in and falls under. There's a lot of shit that falls underneath that, where people will actually sit back when they're under this energy and they will watch you get fucked up. Like, y'all, I'm not joking, y'all. I literally was so pissed off at this last experience that I experienced with this person. This person said, well, I knew they were talking about me, where it literally pissed me off to where I was waiting for this man to get out this car. And even to where they were saying, oh, the man finally got out the car. So they were instigating that fight, y'all. And I don't know if I would have went to motherfucking jail or, bitch, it would have just been a fair fight. But bitch, it pissed me off. And then the next day or a week later, I told this person, hey, now that I'm, seeing it in retrospect, that person did that at you. And they're like, oh, I know they did that at me. I just didn't want to say that because you were in your energy. And I was like, that's spiritual deception. And so I choose to keep my distance from people in a sense of not necessarily because I don't like you and I don't love you and I want to be around you, but it's more so setting my energetic boundaries. And so we're going to get into this spiritual deception, which has different terminologies. And like I said, it starts to question your reality. And when you pull on that energy, people around you that you once was cool with will start to question, will start to shift, right? You'll notice that they don't really talk to you as much. You'll notice that they'll look over and they'll say, oh, and it's like, what are you so mad about? And then, of course, when you actually talk, they're like, well, I actually thought that this is not blah, 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 blah. And so that's what I've been dealing with, y'all. And why I've been, keeping myself from people. And I've not had these experiences. I've been literally isolating myself from people who I do not feel like is on my level, because maybe they don't pray, maybe they don't meditate a lot, maybe they're not in that positive state. I know that fear and anxiety and anger and all that stuff is all on the same level. It's low vibrational, it's low frequency. And like I said, I'm not always about having a problem. I'm also about finding a solution to that problem. So if I'm going to sit back and I'm going to complain about how California is so hateful towards people like me, or I'm going to talk about America or anything, let's say I felt oppressed by any type of system, I'm going to have a sit down with myself and I'm going to say, what do I need to do to live my life being happy? Because life can end at any moment, at any second. And I don't think people see it from that perspective or that picture. You could die right now. Something could happen to where you're out of here. And the idea that I'm going to spend every 24 hours, every 300 and some thousand seconds, instead of investing in making myself better, investing in things and people and places that make me feel less than who I am, and that's a fucking goddess. Bitch is psychosis. Bitch is crazy. Bitch is ludicrous. And so for me, I would never, and I tell you, I've had my episodes where I felt not so good. I felt irritated. I felt attacked by society. I felt attacked by people. I disconnected from people. I did not want to go hang out. I did not want to go talk. I did not want to go sit down and have dinner with. I did not want to be in their face, because that was not their experience. That was not their energy. And I never wanted to be that energetic vampire. I never wanted to be that anchor. I never wanted to be that person to take you out of your element. I don't want to sit down and we're having a peaceful conversation because you just have job promotion and I'm sitting here and telling you I'm afraid that they're going to take away my transgender rights. And that's not who you are. In my mind, I'm like, girl, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to figure this out myself. And I can't figure this out myself, then I'm going to keep it pushing. And that's what I did. So when people are like, girl, you always cut yourself off. You isolate yourself because I know there's problems and I'm helping spirits or spirits helping me find the solution. Because a lot of problems, other men cannot help you solve. A lot of problems, unless you want to stay in that victim role, people like you cannot help you solve them. And when you mature in the spirit, you understand that. Just because you're gay, other gay people cannot help you solve certain gay problems. Just because you're black, certain black people cannot help you solve certain black people problems. You have to go into the spirit to solve that motherfucking problem. And so we're getting into spiritual deception, and I'm going to be motherfucking done. Because my energy is getting riled up. It's getting pulled on in, baby. And I need it, baby, because I have a lot to do today. Hello. So let's get into it. Spiritual deception, okay, involves behaviors that transmit emotional, psychological, or energetic burdens to avoid self-awareness. Now, if you do not know, psychological is you knowing that somebody is upset because of something that you possibly caused, and you're going to say, I'm going to wait until it died down, and then I'll tell them that it's me. That's psychological. That's psychological. Psychological is also inciting the issue, knowing that you're the one that caused that, knowing that you're the one that started that. Notice that those are the people that want to fuck you up. They don't want to fuck me up. They weren't trying to run me over. They were trying to run your fucking ass over. And you knew that. Instead of you coming out and saying, hey, hey, that was not for you, sis. That was for me. Or whatever. It was like, oh, no, I'm just going to let her be. That's psychological warfare, baby. That's psychological warfare, which also affects you spiritually, which let me know what it really is. Okay, how you doing? And it says that prophetic witchcraft and manipulation falls underneath this category. A term for spiritual attacks that cause intense confusion, making you question your own reality, God, and your intuition. Now, y'all, my intuition has been heightened. It's been heightened after Halloween of this year. It's been heightened. And I know that when you have a gift and spirit, makes this gift a little more, it elevates. Spirit is telling you something is going down. You need to pay attention to that. Spirit is saying something is going down and you need to pay attention. And so I'm going to heighten these gifts because these gifts are your navigational tools. These gifts are your survival tools. And I'm going to help you get ideas, help you get things you're going to say, wait, what? And so questioning my own reality. When I have these experiences, y'all, I was really like, wait a minute, what's going on here? This has never happened to me. I've never had people flip me off. I've never had a man be so rude to me. I've never had these experiences. Why all of a sudden? It was having me question. And then when I was getting ideas about the shit, they'll be like, and it wasn't just one person, it was several people. They'll be like, are you sure? Are you sure this was going on? And it's like, excuse me? I think I'm very intuitive. I think I know what's going on. I think I feel it. And that's how I said to you. I think I need to start giving people readings. So when I say readings, not readings where I'm reading you down and calling you out, like, letting you have like, ooh, bitch, you came up with an ugly outfit. I think when I start connecting with people, when energies come up for me, I think I'm going to speak about those energies to let you know that I'm not the one to play with, that I'm always 10 steps ahead of you. Because people be thinking I don't be knowing my shit. I'm like, I know my shit, bitch. And I don't got to keep validating it, bitch, because everything I've talked about with the administration and all things that's at hand has come to pass. Everything I mentioned about TikTok and shit, y'all, and if you go back to my old videos, I talked about this in May, June of last year. It has come to fucking pass. Bitch, that's my motherfucking validation, and that Mystic Persia is that bitch. So I'm not about to sit here and play kindergarten and kitty corner box with people that has the gift and don't want to use it, or act like they have the gift but don't really have it. I'm not doing that, babe. We're not doing that. That's like talking baby languages to babies, and you know how to speak proper. You have a proper vernacular. You have a proper dialect. You're like here sitting there talking goo goo gaga gee goo 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 goo, and you know how to say kiss my ass. What? Anywho, delusion. Okay, This refers to the ignorance or confusion that obscures the truth often brought on by others' projection. Once again, that falls under you feeling you're questioning your reality. You're like, wait, is this really what I'm experiencing? Is this really what's going on? Going into shadow projection. And that's why I say there's a lot of people out here walking around unhealed. I just had a conversation with a sister here, so I said, what makes me really like just say hi and bye to people here lately is a lot of people are unhealed. They don't want to heal. And they're projecting their unhealedness onto others or their insecurities onto others. Shadow projection is the psychological or spiritual act of pushing one's own unconscious, unwanted, or negative traits, which is the shadow self, onto other persons to avoid owning them. So once again, maybe you feel insecure today. Maybe you feel shy, saying, you're like, oh, this person is a little stronger than me. I'm going to make them feel. And that's how we said to y'all. A lot of people be knowing what they be doing energetically. And that's that. And that's that. I'm going to have to start calling people out because a lot of people be knowing what their gifts be and they be like trying to play with their gifts. And I be knowing what their gifts be and they be like trying to act like that's not what it be. And they be like, girl, I be knowing what I be doing. I know energy. Okay. And when it comes to the spiritual shit, I'm a mother in nature. I know I can identify instantly what energy I'm up against instantly. I don't need people to decode it for me. I don't need people. I can identify that. So the same thing with a person. When it comes down to your spiritual gifts, when I meet you, my spirit is already tapping into that. Say, baby, you gotta be careful because this bitch like to manipulate shit through technology. You gotta be careful because this person like to manipulate shit with words. You gotta be careful because this person is meant to create confusion. You gotta be careful because this person has the ability to get within your head. Bingo. And so when I know that you have the ability to tap into shit like that, you this world, like, girl, I know that's what your gifts are. I know that your gift is tapping into energies and sending messages to people's psychologically. I know that. I know you have the ability to create remorse on people. Maybe you don't know that, but you're able to make people remorseful. You're able to make people regretful. You're able to make people feel ashamed about any actions they've done. You're that type of emotional, what they call a succubus. So there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm gonna have to start calling people out for what they are so they know, bitch, I know what the fucking who the fuck you are and I know how to shut that shit down too. Baby, don't play those tools and tricks on me, bitch. Use those tools and tricks on other people. But somebody who is your friend, somebody who is your sister, somebody who is here to help you, bitch, I'm not the one. And I mean that physically, spiritually, emotionally, and motherfucking psychologically. Get into it. And so energetic dumping is another term that's used under spiritual deception, which is a term for when someone forces their chaotic, unhealed, emotional energy onto you, leaving you feeling mentally confused or heavy. Yeah, I was feeling that shit for like 3 or 4 weeks where I felt myself in this survival mode. Where I'm like, why am I in this survival mode? Because I'm good. But all of a sudden I start linking up with certain energy and start dealing with certain people. I'm like, why do I feel this? Chaotic, unhealed energy, because the problem is never only the outside, it's also the inside. If they pass the law right now, y'all, and I tell y'all this, and I'm just because you don't tell people what you do behind the scenes, you just you speak and you keep going. When people were speaking about, and it's just a little light thing, so, something that's recent that pertained to me. When people are talking about like the administration and the people being against the trans people and all this stuff, and that's why a lot of people think like I'm trans, anti-trans and all this other stuff and all this bullshit because these are insecure ass niggas. Anyway, that's their business, not mine. But when Donald Trump and these so-called people start taking transgendered off of websites and out of systems and stuff, the first thing I did when I decided to transition is I had to lay down the foundation of my transition. And laying down the foundations of your transition is getting your gender mark changed and your name changed. So my name change was before my gender mark changed because I was not aware of the gender mark change until I went to a doctor, and the doctor said, you've been on hormones for these amount of years, you have developed irreversible sexual characteristics, so you're able to go to the place and get your gender mark changed. And so I went in there to the DMV, I went to the Social Security Administration, and I took all this paperwork and I got my shit changed over. I was not concerned with any administration fucking up anything for me, myself, and I because I let down the footwork. The ones that were afraid, the ones that were put in a state of, oh my God, fuck him. They did not have their name changed. They did not have their gender mark changed, or they waited until they were 10 years transition to change that shit. Those are the only ones that were upset by that. The ones who got the shit done, who laid the tracks, we're not concerned about that because he would have to knock down this whole house. And this whole house go back years, y'all. We're getting into 15 plus years now. That man don't have that type of power. That man don't have that type of access. Can we talk about it? Although he's the president of this motherfucking country, he don't have that type of power. So because you're not secure with who you are as a person, and because you're not secure with your spiritual power, it is a projection. I can't stand him. Why you can't? Well, he's banning this, he's banning that. But if you would have set your shit up in stone before he got in office, you wouldn't have to worry about this. If you would have got your gender mark change and change, you wouldn't have to worry about him changing shit. You decided to change it right when he was about to get in office, and that's what you're upset about. And a lot of people is putting the shit into the Biden administration, y'all. And I'm very neutral, y'all. I'm not a Democrat. Or I'm not a Republican. Let's talk about it. I don't care about none of that shit. That demonic shit and that MAGA shit. I don't care about Megatron shit and demonic shit. I don't care about that. It's like, girl, they be all sipping and tipping and having parties together. They all went to the same college, the same schools. Girl, they all have the same meetings, girl. They all sit down, they be, girl, tea time, party time, having threesomes and foursomes and shit. I'm not a part of that, baby. I'm me. I'm pro people being awoke, being awaked, being awoken, being asleep. Hello? I'm speaking in all the tongues that people know. Okay? And that's what I'm for. And so people were putting on, I thought that the Kamalas and the Biden administration was going to take me. Listen, so you're where you're at right now because of your own ignorance. You're not where you're at right now because of Donald Trump. You're where you're at right now because of your own ignorance. You assume that the administration, you assume that these people were going to do A, B, C, D, Jen. You can't assume a fuck ass thing because these are not your friends. And that's like the saying, y'all put too much trust in people that y'all don't even know. I don't trust nobody who I can't see inside your mind 24/7. And I mean that, girl. I don't even, let's talk about it. I trust people to a degree, but baby, if I don't know what you're doing at any given time, I don't trust your ass. Bitch, I'll let that be known, girl. In the same relationships, you need trust. Okay. Yeah, I trust you to a degree, babe. But if I don't know you on that level, baby, I can't trust you. And so, either way, key characteristics, key spiritual characteristics to put you into this, to say, what is this? What is this? What am I under? What am I dealing with? Key characteristics, right? Creating confusion. Their core goal is to break down your sense of truth, which is often turned a curse or confusion. So you know when something is off. You know when something is different. You're feeling like something ain't right. You intentionally say, hey, I think I'm going to deal with my own energy today because I noticed that when I'm with this energy, things go down. And then we're trying to make it seem like, but why all of a sudden, though? You've never done this before. Or are you sure it's what you think it is? Maybe you're just in your feelings today. They're trying to distort, creating a state of confusion. Like I said, a lot of people are not even aware that they're doing this. A lot of people are under spiritual attack themselves through the sexual energies they've had, through the energetic dialogues they had, because a lot of times it's not just through sex, it's through also communicating, it's through also watching. That's why I do not watch things. I talked about this just the other day as well. What we put in our mouth is oral sex. That means the food you eat becomes a part of you sexually. What you see is a part of still sex. Is it ingesting something? You are still ingesting, bringing something in to your identity. What you hear, what you see, and what you speak also comes a part of who you are. So when you're watching things that are kind of like telling you, hey, baby, as a trans person, you better run and hide, and you're steady watching that, that's gonna come into something. That's gonna create some type of energy within you. And that energy is gonna also, it's got like a domino effect. It's gonna affect other people around you. And so, like I said, once again, Keep your distance. Stand within, honey. Say hi and bye. And when you feel like it's ready, when spirit tells you it's ready, go out and connect with people, honey. And tell them, baby, mind your business. Okay. Defenses mechanism. The projector is in their wounded ego self, refusing to take their own responsibilities, thus projecting their own faults as yours. Once again, the experience I had, they made it seem that, hey, um, honey, I'm not gonna say shit. I want her to think that it's for her. And when this is said and done, I will tell her that it wasn't for her. And even inciting y'all, where I was like, I want this motherfucker to get out the car. So it's like, if you knew that it was for you, then why would you allow that and incite that? You actually incited me to fuck this man up. You were actually inciting for me to wait for this man to get out this car and to check him, which could have been a fucked situation for both of us. Because who would know, this man would have whooped your ass and whooped my ass too. And I'm sorry, girl, I'm not getting my ass whooped for your stupid ass shit. So that's why I'm learning to mind my business. Honey, hello? Mind my business, girl. Don't be Captain Save-All, mind your business. And then even going into the sense of, they'll be like, well, you're either for me, you're against me, or, well, I see that you're kind of supporting the one that I deem my enemy. So are you against me? And it's like, wait, what? Like, wait, what? Because I don't know the person that you deem your enemy, and you don't know the person you deem your enemy. So I just like whatever it is that they do. So why would it be like, that doesn't make sense to me? Because that would be like you supporting somebody who is someone who drugs men and sexually assault men. Now I'm thinking you do the same thing. I would never assume that, but I wouldn't say, oh, well, she like her because she must be like her. Like, no, I would never assume that. I don't like that person, and that's it. Girl, that's my choice. Just like you don't like that person. If you want to support them, that's your business. But I also think that's bullying when people be trying to say that, oh, you support them, so you must be. And it's like, girl, that's your enemy, not my enemy. And that's your enemy for two different things. Girl, they're not my enemy because of what we have in common. They're your enemy because of something that you feel personally attacked by. So that would be crazy of me to be blocking a potential blessing because on a personal level, you don't agree with what they say. Because there's a lot of people, like I said, I've dealt with financially, I've dealt with publicly, that did not give a fuck about the transgender lifestyle or who I was as a person. They just cared about my gifts. But I really didn't give a fuck because it was money. Hello? You didn't have to see me as a woman, but you were going to fucking respect me. And one of the persons got put in a place too. And I told y'all the story years ago. She thought she was going to be like, well, do you want to be called a she or her? Like, bitch, first off, we're here for spiritual reasons. That'd be like me saying, why you such a hoe? And why you still got that rancid smell coming out your poom poom that you haven't fixed? That's not my business. I'm not screwing you. Whether your poom poom stink or not. And it does. But that's not my business. And that person's poom poom did stink. That girl slept with a lot of people. She had a lot of bodies on her. That shit smelled. Like when we started talking, I was like, why I keep smelling this rancid, like a rodent died or something. Like it was crazy, y'all. So it's like, well, you worrying about what I want to be considered, bitch. It's Mystic Persia. Bitch, we're here to get the work done. And bitch, I sure to get that money, girl, 3K to be exact. 3K to be exact. So bitch, you goddamn right. Bitch, if that's a sellout, let me be a sellout, girl. The bitch thought she was going to disrespect. I got that motherfucking money and we kept it pushing. And a lot of y'all do that too. You go to work with people that don't like you. You call people mamas and daddies who don't like you neither. Some of y'all got children with men and women that don't like y'all. So what's the difference? Hello? Anyway. A victimization, right? The target often feels attacked, and if not careful, they adopt these false accusations leading to the self-betrayal. See, that's one thing about me, two things for sure. That's why I stepped back. The spirit was like, girl, this is not about you. Spirit is like literally, y'all, spirit was like, shut the fuck up and step back. And I was like, ooh, that's why people be like, God don't care for people cussing. Who doesn't? What doesn't? Because God is communicating the way you communicate. God is in you and he's operating through you and she's operating through you. So, bitch, if you like to curse, that is for you. I'm not here to girl, the fuck out of here. That'd be people's problem too, girl. They be going to church to find God, but you're really going to church to find fellowship. Other people who identify as followers of Christ and understand that God is within you. Oh, come on. That's going to lead to a conversation about the book of John, too. We're going to do a video on that, honey. Hello. And we're going to do a quick little snap video about that, y'all, the book of John. But anyway, it says how to handle this. Focus on maintaining neutrality, setting firm energetic boundaries. And I kid y'all not, I just tapped this in today because I was like, what is it called spiritually when people are projecting their own realities onto you? When people are trying to put you in a state of confusion, and we know that's psychic attack too. We know that's a form of psychic attack. But what is it called when people have you feeling some type of way when you're like, this is not in my energy? And that'd be another thing too, y'all. When you be in a state of manifestation and people don't be in that same state, because what they say, scary money don't make no money. You cannot be in a scary state. You cannot be in a fearful state. You cannot be in an anxious state and manifest. When you are in a state of manifestation, you need to stay away from people who have those energies, those identifying energies on them, because they're not going to do anything but block you and prevent you from getting there. You may feel like, hey, I'm moving forward, but you're going to say, damn, I did all that and now I got to blah, 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 blah. Something I used to say back in the day, y'all, and I no longer say that, is it seemed like when you get a lump sum of money, now this money has to go into bills and stuff. That's called financial intertwining. That's called spiritual and financial blockage. Someone or something you're dealing with within the financial realm, that means they know about your finances, they have access to your finances. They are intertwined and tying up your money. When you stop fucking with people that have money problems, people that don't speak about making money, who's scared of making the money that they know they're able to make, you're going to notice that that shit's going to change. It ain't going to be you get $1,000 and $1,000 got to go on $1,000 IRS check. You're not going to get $1,000 and $1,000 got to go into repairing a car, whatever. That's not how that's going to work. So we have to sit back and we have to identify, and I said this and I'll continue to say, we're not saying completely say bye-bye. I mean, if you choose to, that's your business. Some people offer good friendships and relationships to you. Maybe y'all talk about great things. Maybe there's a feeling there. Maybe, they're great support. But, or in addition to, thus then, thus for, but to, add on, additionally to, let's add it on. Maybe later. Okay, anyway, let me stop. We have to still assess and say, but what do you do? When you are alone, do you meditate? Do you ever put on high vibrational music when you're by yourself? Do you ever look for things that's going to encourage you to stay happy and uplifted? Or do you watch things that are chaotic and unhealed? Do you watch things that's going to feed into your chaotic? And if those are the people that do that, those are the ones you need to, like, say, keep your distance to. Hey, I'll see you when we see each other, blah, blah, blah. We do see each other, baby. It's the time. I got a good hour with you, maybe 2 hours. That's it, honey. And really not even on an intimate level neither. Like, yeah, I got 2 hours, an hour. Let's go get coffee. Let's go do something fun. Let's do something that's uplifting to where I can meet you in the middle, just in case you're low vibrational. That, okay, well, maybe for the split second, they're going to get high. They're going to feel good. They're going to feel, uplifted. And that's what that should come down to, y'all. Spiritual deception is very real. And no, you're not crazy. Because, baby, like I said, I had to even connect. I had to pay for therapy sessions to say, what the fuck is going on? What is going on here? And then, of course, I'm asking my spirits, like, is somebody doing energy my way? And the answer was like, no. And just so you know, they're not throwing energy away. Watch this. I just told somebody this the other day. I went into a place. I'm not going to say the name, but I went into a place and I got something, right? And the lady was just so like, girl, it was like she was excited to see me on. I was like, oh, maybe they treat everybody like this, right? And I'll say this, it's a place that make like body oils and stuff. And she was just like, so like, girl, it was like, girl, like you would think that like, it was like not a weird feeling, but it's a feeling that I never felt before. And so I'm in there and she's like talking this and that. Ooh, you like this? And this is good for this and this and that. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay. Not when people just voluntarily give me information, I'm a little like, bitch, I didn't ask you all that, but I didn't feel that way. And so I'm like, okay. And she said, well, you should actually try this massage bar. And I was like, okay. So I'm thinking I'm going to, roll my sleeves up. I was going to take the massage bar and do it myself. She was like, roll your sleeves up. I rolled my sleeves up. She took the bar and she started rubbing that bar on me, y'all. And I was like, what the hell? And it felt really good, y'all. I was like, woo! I was like, baby, I need this. I guess I need a real massage. She started rubbing that bar on me and she was like, that feels really good. I was like, yeah. And she said, yeah, it's very relaxing. And you see how it feels hydrating. It looks this. And I was like, yes. And she said, now you're going to do this. And she did something else. And y'all, when I tell y'all, listen, it felt good. It looked good. I was like, I'm going to get this. And of course, I was thinking, well, maybe she was trying to upsell that. But I was like, I doubt she was doing that to everybody. I doubt. And I even want to go the next time and watch and say, is she massaging everybody like that to see? But I was like, I felt that. But I'm like, y'all, manifesting, right? Gifting. Like I thought, so this is my proof that everything is good. This is my proof because I'm manifesting. I'm being gifted something. Even going into sample jar, I didn't ask for no samples. So she gave me quite a few samples. And she said, by the time these samples run out, she was like, let me go get you a bigger container for these samples. And by the time these samples run out, you'll be ready to buy the real thing. And I'm like, girl, what? Samples? Girl, y'all get my samples in? Anyway, stay on top of y'all shit, y'all. Stay protected, stay humble, stay in the loving energy. Don't let people shift you off of your square. If you're happy, if you're at peace, deal with people that are happy and at peace. The other people, they're going to find their peace eventually. Like I said, you can say hi and bye. You don't got to be up in their face, they up in your face. Oh, but this is my mom. This is my sister. This is my brother. Yeah, I understand that, babe. But right now, you guys are not on the same frequency. Right now, whatever energy is being sent out universally, they're going to be affected by that energy before you're going to be affected by that energy. And because you're not on that frequency, you're going to think they're losing their mind. And you might call 5150 on them. You might have to take a piece of metal and put them out their misery, girl. I mean, I don't know. It depends on how crazy they may be getting with that energy. And you're assuming, wait, what's going on here? Yeah, because they're not meditating. They're not going within. They're not going within. They're not disconnecting from the world and focusing in what they want to happen. They're more focused on what they don't want to. Oh my God, I don't want this motherfucker to do anything. But you have the power, though. We the people. You have the power. Do you know that words that we use in English are additives or prefixes or words that are borrowed from other words? When you think of words like constitution, if you know what con means, statute means, or even constitute, if you know what these words mean, you will understand what energies is being dealt with. Words have power. So with that being said, stepping back and saying, well, it's not really them, it's really us. One person who is deemed to have all that power, because even going into a company, yes, there are supervisors, yes, there are bosses, yes, there's owners and CEOs and CFOs and all that. But if all the employees decide to walk out, guess what? That company ain't gonna have no more money. So who really has the power? They have the power to open the door, but they also don't have the power to keep that business running. So instead of you building up and feeding that type of energy, oh, I'm afraid of what my boss might do. I'm afraid of, instead of feeding that energy, say, well, if they do this, I'm going to do that. Oh, if this happened with my boss, I'm going to get unemployment. And if I don't get unemployment, baby, I'm walking out here with a pallet full of shit. That's the mindset you got to have. And they can't get everybody together neither. They can't get everybody. But that's what you need to have, honey. Let me see who's up in here before I go, honey. If there's anybody up in here. What is this? 49. Ooh, girl. An hour. Let's go. I got, come on. Come on in here. Yes, Madam Merkel. How you doing, honey? How you doing? Is it TC? What is it? TC Gerber? Oh, Techno Mystic. How you doing? Jaleo. I wonder what happened to Jaleo. Good seeing you, honey. How you doing? Come on, TC. I'm here for always. You must come on in here, TC. I said, what happened to TC? Thank you, Eric Ford. Thank you so much, Eric Ford. Thank you so much for appreciating and seeing me in you, seeing you and me. Hello, because you like my energy because you have the same energy as me, Eric. I appreciate you for having the same energy as me. Okay, there's not too many people like us out there. You know, man. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Please, the message must need to come on there. TC, you are correct. TC, yes, TC Guru. What is that? TC? One thing my sister's gonna do, she gonna always have HBCU in her motherfucking name. Come on, TC. Oh my God. DC. You must go to the spirit. Yes, you do. Oh my God. There's a lot of energy jumping. Right. You got to rebuke it. You got to rebuke it. You know what? TC, I did something the other day, right? I did a cute, energetic thing that made me feel so good, right? I was feeling so overwhelmed. And I know I was like, this is not my energy. That's the only thing too. I was telling one of my sisters, when I'm doing my spiritual work, I need to not deal with people because I become so open that I feel people's energy and it's amplified. And it's not intentional, right? But I feel, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling so overwhelmed. Like I'm feeling energy and I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And so I felt so overwhelmed. And I said, okay, there's a lot of people here. Oh my God, there's so much going on. Energetic dumping, like something's going on. Let me close my eyes. And the weird thing about it, I had a dream about this person the next night too. So I'm sitting down, I'm meditating, and I'm closing my eyes, and I'm seeing myself as this being that has this clear, like eggshell around me, like a cocoon. Right. In a cocoon, you're protected inside the cocoon, right? Even though there's chaos and stuff going on the outside, you're protected within this cocoon. So I'm visualizing this cocoon and I'm seeing all these colors of my chakra like radiating from me, right? And this is with my eyes closed. And I'm seeing this, I'm seeing the energy of who and what this energy is coming from, like who's dumping their energy on me, right? And I immediately start turning my shield like a black hole. And we know, like the black hole in space, when things go through it, it gets trapped. So I'm, making my outer layer into like a black hole. And while they're dumping that energy, I'm seeing them calm themselves down. Where they're like, what the fuck is going on? And literally when I was done and I opened my eyes, this person was now like they had nothing else to say to anybody else. And I said, well, they're not talking to me though. Why am I feeling their energy? They're talking to all these people over here. Why am I feeling their energy? But once again, because I was so uplifted, because I'm in the spirit, I'm working in the spirit, I'm doing readings, I'm doing energetic work, I'm doing cleansing. My energy slate is clear, it's neutral, so it's going to attract that. And when I said I'm having a dream that night about this person, without even thinking about it, and they were asking me some questions, and then of course I'm thinking it's reality. So the next day I see them, and I'm like, "Yeah, you want to ask me something?" They're like, "Ask you what?" I was like, "I don't know. You said you wanted to ask something." He's like, "No, I didn't." I was like, "Yeah, you did." And he's like, "No, I didn't." I was like, "Okay," but it was real, girl. It was a real situation. And ever since then, I noticed that this person will like hi and keep it pushing. Like normally they used to talk about everything: my wife, my daddy, my mama, my sister, my money, my this. It's like, damn, bro, you talk about everything all the fucking time. Could you just say hi and keep it pushing, bitch? Damn. I mean, why are we talking about this every time? And we know you're talking about this with everybody. Okay, so you're repeating the same storyline. Girl, don't tell me that. Anyway, try doing that, TC. Okay, rebuking it, like you said, reflecting it. You did the right thing, Mystic. You completed the process in decency and in order. Come on in here, TC Guru, HBC Guru. That's our Mystic. I trust to be very right. I trust to a very small degree. I'm telling you, right. And some of the agents are like, oh my God, we're gonna do a video on that. So I'll y'all 2 videos. Agents, period. Who goes under agents of confusion? Because I kid y'all not, I was sitting here thinking to myself, and I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna ask this person this. What person do you deal with on a regular basis? Because I feel like this person is an agent. And something I always tell people, when it comes to people and things putting cases or building cases up on you, they want to get you together for a long time. They'll watch you for years. They'll connect with you for years. And then when that thing go down, boop, boop, boop. So I'm going to ask them, what person do you talk to that you think is there helping you? Because I get agent energy from this person too. And it's like, well, I know they can't be an agent because, I know their story. I know this and that. So it's like, they can't be that. But I definitely get like a spying agent energy. And I want to ask what, who, when, why, and where. So I will be asking that outside of this full moon. Who you doing? Because, full moon amplifies shit. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Okay, come on in here. How Anubis and the other utility dog, utility dog, Katusa, what does that mean, honey? They're right here doing well. Anubis is getting on his comforter right now because it's cold as fuck. I got my windows open, letting everything get cool. What I'm doing, I have my humidifier on at night because it gets very dry here where I'm at. So my humidifier is on every day, all night. I used to keep the windows closed and the humidity will build up in here. And then, of course, spiders and shit being here. I'm like, girl, why are they in here? So, of course, moisture. So now when I first get up, I open up my blinds all the way to let the light in, and I open up my windows to let the air go through. And it be freezing, but I'm like, baby, okay, let it air out, let it in, and let it out. And so he's underneath this cool. Bella, on the other hand, she's a thick, hairy dog. So she's just right here by me, curled up, honey. She don't get on the covers and none of that, honey. Because, she's always hot. She got this thick ass hair. But they're doing great. They're my babies. They're doing great, honey. Captain Planet and the Planeteers is the business with the tarot cycle. Oh, no, that's right, honey. Captain Planet, he's the hero. Gonna take you down to zero and all the others. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, my God. That is an old ass... That's an old ass cartoon. Come on, honey. Captain Planet. That should be my icon. Captain Planet, huh? Exactly. There are definite blockers. Come on, I know that's right, honey. And some people are not even aware of this, TC. That'd be the gag for me. Some people are not even aware. And as I said, I don't hold them accountable. Now, they come out and say, hey, I know I'm a low vibrational person, and this is why I really blah, blah, blah. Then I'm going to be like, bitch, we're having a reading session. But they are not even aware that they are in this energy. They're just doing their thing, and they're just not aware. They're not aware that they are energetically blocking, that they're weighing down. And like I said, there's a series of things that I paid attention to for probably, and you're probably going to say, damn, that took a long time. I would say at least 9 months I've been paying attention to with everybody around me. With everybody. I've been dissecting and assessing everyone around me for the past 9 months. I want to say since last April. I said, babe, let me sit back and watch and see what I need to do going into the 2026 people. I was already ready because like I said, 2027 and beyond, girl, there's a lot going on. Okay, there's a lot of uplifting, a lot of empowerment going on. So I'm just like, let me see who and what I need to watch out for. And so circumstances align certain experiences together. Can we talk about it? And I said, oh, there's a reason for this. Bingo, let's do it. And now, like I said, I learned, I assessed, I learned. So it's like, baby, 2026, we need to deal with people that are in the healing process, and the healing process, getting to know self, and getting to know self is meditating more, going within, giving yourself 5 minutes a day of meditating, turning off the phone, turning off everything, just going with it. That's another thing too that people got to understand. The outside world is meant to keep you in a state of confusion. The outside world is meant to keep you in a state of questioning who and what. Your mind is always going, y'all. Oh my God, y'all. I used to be like, oh my God, this, that. Like, I'll be thinking about everything before I go to bed. I literally, for at least the past good 2 months, I get home, if I'm out doing my thing, I get home, I wind down. That means eat my food, watch whatever it is I'm watching, and I go to bed. If I'm doing any type of online workings, I will do what I got to do there. And like I said, I just go to bed. I don't think about it. I don't say this and that, ooh, because I know that everything is always working for my greater good. I trust in the process of the universe. The universe is always working for my elevation. Okay. Come on in here. You were being rewarded for you always blessing. Thank you. Come on in here, TC. And that's what I was thinking too. So I was like, this is amazing. And of course, sometimes I'm very fidgety about people touching me because I feel like people like to absorb your energy and take from you, but I did not feel that. I really actually felt like, girl, I was like, did I have an energy drink today? Like I was like on 20, bitch. I was like, whoa, 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 let me go get it. They have 2 for sale. They have a 2 for 1, buy one, get one free sale at this place. I get Bella in their meat. Honey, I was like, let me go do this. I'm gonna go to that. Oh, I'm gonna go walk for 30 minutes. I'm gonna go to baby. I was intergetic. Okay, I was intergalactic jetic. Intergalactic. Yes, intergalactic jetic. Who you doing? That's what I was doing. And so I was like, girl, this person, and her, I can't even tell y'all what her name is here because y'all would gag. I said, wait a minute. And what is your name? Right for that. I said, and what's your name? And she said, and I said, oh, okay, nice to meet you. I'm Azalea. And then I'm thinking, that's strange. And let me check out something else too. Can we talk about it? So something that I did not explain to y'all, but I had to pay for a car repair. And y'all, this car was I did not have my actual car, one of my actual cars for like 3 weeks because they had to do this real deep repair. And it cost me a lot of money. And either way, that's not the point. I was put into a rental. And at first, I didn't even want this car, y'all, but I ended up getting this car. And they were like, yeah, we can upgrade it for $10 more out of pocket. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I had this car. And the Bluetooth inside the car, the Bluetooth is assigned to that car. So let's say the Bluetooth will say, Chevy 123, Tesla 194. That's what the Bluetooth would say. I had this car at this point for already like a week, I believe, and I connected to the Bluetooth finally. And as I'm looking, y'all, I forgot I had the phone connected to the Bluetooth, and the Bluetooth will be automatically connected when I get into the car. So I got the car, and at the top of the phone, it said Mystics Porsche. And I said, bitch, wait a minute, who the fuck is Mystics Porsche? Bitch, that gagged me. It gagged me, y'all, because that was the name of the, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to look this up. Like, is that a natural thing set up in all these models? It literally said Mystics Porsche, and I had to take a screenshot and I showed it to one of my people and I said, y'all, could you believe that this is actually said Mystic? And they were like, yeah, maybe that's a sign and this is gonna be your card. I was like, no, that's not a sign. But this is spirit talking. And this was during all that chaotic energy, y'all. And I just say it's so amazing to me, y'all. And I'm even getting chills right here as I'm closing this out. It's so amazing to me that spirit will always show you that regardless of where you're going or what you're going through, that spirit is always there with you. Spirit will show you these signs through numbers. Spirit will show you these signs through experience, even through people. I remember when, my sister, and I bring this up to you, I remember, when my sister passed away, one of my family members and I, we were not getting along. We were not in good standings. We actually had a big blowout where I was threatening to, get them done up and shit, girl. And I was really ready. People, my people, because girl, I'm always protected. They were like, hey, you want us to go put our hands on? And I said, no. I was like, no. And then I was kind of thinking, yeah, maybe you should, to teach the motherfucker a lesson, bitch, because I'm not the 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so either way, in this moment, I'm going through this, y'all, and this is the person that actually came up and comforted me. And I gagged after this was all said and done. I looked back and I said, that is so crazy how the person who in that moment you hated the most was actually the one that comforted you in one of your darkest moments. And so for me, I'm like, that was a reminder of spirit, because our experiences that we have are greater than human experiences. It let me know in that moment that spirit is always there comforting us when we're going through discomforting experiences. Spirit is always there when we are afraid to let us know we're protected. And it comes through with sometimes people. And that's why I said, and I know for a fact that spirit influences people. So spirit also influences the negative stuff. Spirit also influences, the positivity and the negative. So just like spirit can make a person pass you a $50 bill or cover your groceries that day, that's happened to me a lot, by the way. Spirit can also entice somebody to fuck up your energy. And this can be somebody that you love and care for. And so those are just things, like I said, I think about and are always constant reminders. Like, you ask spirit, where are you? And spirit show up. And like I said, no, I've never seen, God, but I've experienced God. And anybody who ever said, I've seen God, they lie. They lie. You've never seen God. You've experienced God. And if you want to say you've seen God, yes, you've seen me, you've seen yourself, you've seen other people, and God is in us. But you've never seen the devil neither, because the devil is also within us. Hello? Hello? It's a dormant spirit, or it's a live and uplifting spirit. Can we talk about it? You're either operating in the lower plane, which the higher plane is dormanted, or you're operating in the higher plane and the lower levels are dormanted. Can we talk about it? But one or the other. You can operate at both. You can't be what they say. Somebody said they were neutral. This I'm a neutral person. No, bitch, you're agent. But anyway, that's not my business. We'll talk about that another time. Let me get up in here. You were, me. This is me, boo. I took out Queen and put her. Yes, honey. TC, I know that's what I'm saying. TC is gonna make sure she put HBCU. Okay, she gonna make sure she put HBCU. Okay. My situation you helped me with turned in my favor. Silence repair, a very powerful defense. It sure is. I'm telling you this right now. The enemy is in the detail. They said that the enemy has to operate. Come on in here. See, one thing about dealing with higher energy is that higher energy does not have to be explained. That's how they say what is understood doesn't need to be explained. Can we talk about it? Lower vibrational energy, demonic energy, shaitan energy, it has to operate in the knowing. This is why when people put curses and hexes on you, they got to check in on you. High vibrational energy doesn't have to check in on you. Bishop, I put a curse on you or I put a hex on you because I was attacked by you. I'm going to let that energy flow and I know it's going to happen. Lower vibrational energy, they don't work by that. They work by the tangible cardinal energy. Same thing with spirits, right? Demonic energy is in the detail. Demonic energy has to know your moves. Demonic energy has to say, well, they're not talking to me, but as long as I have access to what they're doing, I don't care. Demonic energy, lower energy, that's how it operates. So that's why they said when you're doing things, you got to move in silence. It's not for, you don't want to talk about it because people might tap in on your gifts and they might tap in on your blessings. That could be an aspect of it. But really, truly, you don't want that negative ass energy to now challenge you. Like, well, I know on Tuesday, she's going to go down to that bank and get that loan. And they're going to approve her. So come Monday or even right before Tuesday, I have to throw her off with something else. I gotta make, and then bingo, you start having these pictures. I'm like, wait a minute, is it a sign for me not to go to this bank to get this up? No, babe, it's not. No, that's not a sign. It's that you've talked so much about what you're doing. These negative ass energies want to get you together. So that's how I learned, baby. A lot of things that you're experiencing, a lot of things that you want to acquire, keep within yourself. Start sharing it with your friends. Stop sharing it with people. Oh yeah, listen. Stop sharing every detail with everybody. Let them see it. Honey, this is what I'm going to bingo. And what, like I said, will be getting me where I'll be having me like questioning people. And I step back where I'm like, girl, are you really for me? You're against me. When they're like, well, why didn't you tell me? Like, why do I have to tell you? Why I have to tell you? What would be the point of me telling you? How would you have helped me? Why do I need to tell you? What goes on in my home is my home. This is my household. I'm the head of this household next to my spirits. Hello? I'm the head of the household next to my spirits. Hello? So why do I need to run game to you? You're not in here because you want to be nosy. You want to be able to say, oh, I know on Monday she's going to be, ooh. I'm telling you, I don't like that shit. Anybody knows me, girl, I do not like being micromanaged. I do not like having tabs kept on me. One of the reasons why I'm single. I don't need you knowing everything about me, girl. If today I want to just go shopping, bitch. I'm going to. Well, why did you say you're going? Because I could have went with you. Maybe I didn't want you to go with me, honey, girl. You gotta learn how to do some things by yourself and enjoy yourself, honey. And I learned that years ago, baby. There's times when people went places and I was like, oh, you didn't invite me. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, well, I can't really be mad at them because maybe they didn't want to deal with me that day. For me, that's what I said, girl, I will do my own thing. I'm like, girl, well, I'm craving this. Let me go here. I'm probably never going to be able to go with her or never be able to go with him. Or maybe they're going to go when it's in the most inconvenient time for me. So I feel like going, I'm going to go. And that's the reason why, that's what molded me and helped me to be an independent person even more. Where I said, girl, I need to get my own car. I need to set my own schedules, girl. So that way, girl, I don't got to feel like, girl, I wanted to go too. And now I'm blaming you because I didn't go. Mm-mm. Okay, come on in here. You know about fellow mutable signs, Ralph Smart. Yes, come on in here. Blandorm. Yes, I see the movie Sinners. Come on in, TC. Yes, hey, Laker Spot. How you doing? Yes, honey. What kind of candle should we light for this full moon? I say white. What do you say? Honestly, what's crazy? I've been feeling the colors dark blue, like royal blue and gold. I've been feeling those colors lately. So for this full moon, I'm going to say gold and I'm going to say dark blue. And of course, you look into what those colors mean for you because, of course, these colors mean different for different people. Blue is a healing color, it's a prosperous color. Blue is a protective color. I don't know how much you heard, TC. Well, blue and gold, okay? Healing, and all that good stuff. I looked down, the screen was white. I don't know how much you heard. But for this full moon, blue and gold. And like I said, time is definitely, spiritually, we're things are going by very quickly. As a spiritual person, you need to meditate as much as you can. Something I've been doing and I got from Iyanla Vanzant. Shout out to Iyanla. I love Iyanla, girl. I love me some Rhonda. Ow! I love me some Rhonda, girl. Iyanla, girl. Ooh, girl, that's my spiritual mother in spirit. Ow! What Auntie Whitney say? That's my sister in my head. Iyanla is my mother in the spirit, honey. She don't even know it. But that's my mother in the spirit, girl. Iyanla. What I love about Iyanla, girl. Woo, girl. I love so much about Iyanla. But she is so direct with her wording, and you know that her directness comes from love and respect. Like, I feel like if I was on her show and she told me off, I would probably be upset in that moment, but I would get over and say, thank you for that moment, mama. Thank you so much for that moment, mama. And so Iyanla has a book out that's called Spiritual Cleanliness. And she talked about going into a meditative state for 7 minutes, 3 times a day for 21 days. Come on in here, Iyanla. 7 times. She said 7 minutes, 3 times a day for 21 days. Y'all don't understand the power that 7 times 3 is 20 motherfucking 1. See, that's one thing I love about Iyanla. I'm telling you, she be tapping in, girl. That is the mama. Girl, they need to make a movie about Iyanla, honey. I would jump right on that. I love me some Iyanla, honey. I love her. And so 7 days, y'all, for the past 2 weeks, that's what I've been doing. 7 days, 3 times a day. I turn off my phones. I close my eyes. My eyes be open sometimes too, because sometimes I don't have time to really turn off because maybe I'm driving. So I'm focusing on clearing my mind, not thinking about anything. And in that moment, y'all, I'm breathing. I'm just breathing and I'm just focusing on my breath and the environment around me and the people around me and the energy and the colors. And y'all, in that moment is when spirit talks. And spirit will talk either through audio or you will have this idea. And that's what I've been doing. And so, like I said, for me, the colors is blue and gold for this full moon. Hope y'all getting on it. Liquor spot, come on in here. The sound. Ooh, it took me away. Ooh, okay, it took me away. Dark blue, royal blue, right? Gold, dark blue is my college alma mater colors. Oh, maybe there's a message. There is a message, Liquor spot. Yes, there is, honey. This year, you're gonna be elevating. This year, greater finances. This year, greater protection. This year, better experiences. This year, greater friendship. This year, better business connections. This is the year. Oh, come on here. Lakers Spot, what is your life path? Ooh, should we just take, wait. Ooh, girl, wait. Ooh. Ow. Should we, hold on. No, wait, listen. Okay, no, wait, no, we can't. We can't do it. No. We can't. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Ooh. Naked spot. I'm like, wait, maybe there's a message that I need to tap in and speak about on here, honey. But we got to do some teas today, honey. And I thought, well, baby, I need my energy right now. Okay, wait, hold on. I need my energy right now. Okay? I need my energy, honey. Okay, I need my energy. Please, 7 minutes, 3 times a day for 20 minutes. Yes, that's what Iyanla said, y'all. I'm gonna tell you this right now, y'all. Stress levels dropped. Hello, can we talk about it? Stress levels dropped. Self-awareness increased. See, we always are looking for the answers outside. We're always looking for the solutions and the answers outside. God, show me a sign. I need tangible sign. God, give me it. But you got to understand that the heart and the brain is magnets. And it works better or works at its best when you go within. So when you're amplifying, there's two birds out here chirping together, and I know y'all hear it, honey. But when you amplify the energies and the inside of the heart and the mind, you're going to start to see things shift. Something I was gifted to y'all yesterday was they were selling these cookies, these big chunk cookies, and they're made with dark chocolate. They're advertising for Valentine's Day, and they're $8.99. Not saying that mean nothing because $8.99, of course, that's 9, which is feminine energy. And they were selling it, and the lady was like, "Would you like to try a sample?" And I was like, "Sure." And so I take it. I was like, "Oh, this is real good." And she said, "Oh yeah." And I thought, "Oh, yeah, that's good." She said, "You can have another one." I did. So I ate it, and I'm just walking around minding my business, getting my trout and I got to get my garlic. Today they had no lemon garlic roasted trout. I got to get that today. And so literally, y'all, I'm sitting here minding my business, doing my thing, looking at the popped. What is these crackers called? They're called popped. Let me check out what these crackers are made from. Because I'm trying to put more greens in. I got 2 things. I think it's called Papa. So either way, it got red beans in it for sure. And it said that 1 serving of this have 1/3 of the vegetables that you need. 1/3 of your fruits and vegetable servings. And of course, that's not a lot, y'all. But if you're drinking and eating fruits and vegetables anyway throughout the day, which by the way, they have it in almost everything now, you're going to get what you need, right? You need 7 servings. And so either way, I'm doing this. I'm going around buying my, getting the crackers. Also got a protein drink called Perk, not Percocet, Perk. PIRQ. I know Percocet, right? But it's Perk. And it's called a protein superfood. And y'all, this is a protein drink, and it actually has like pea protein, almonds, apples, curcumin, turmeric, elderberry, acerola, acai, pineapple, blackberry, blackcurrant, blueberry, cherry, raspberry, mangosteen, broccoli, sprouts, spinach, kale, Brussels sprouts, bilberry, carrot, ginger, basil, cinnamon, camu, and brown rice protein, and sunflower lecithin. And also has stevia because, of course, it would taste bitter as fuck without it. And stevia is okay for me. And so I got that. And y'all, when I was getting ready to check out, the manager of the store was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "I'm doing good." And he's like, "Do you want some cookies?" And I said, "Oh yeah, Miss Thing, I don't like saying people names on here, girl, because you never know." I was like, "Yeah, Miss Thing also let me sample something." And he said, "No, do you want some cookies?" And I was like, "I already had some." You're talking about the big chunk cookie. And he said, "Here you go." And he gave me the box. And bitch, right there, he took off the little price tag. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And it was 3 big cookies in there. And not saying this mean anything, but it does mean something. And when I got to that checkout and I put the cookies there, and he said, no, don't scan these up. And he was turning to the girl. And I said, "Oh, girl." And so I was like, right there, y'all. I was like, "Come on, spirit." So I'm like, right there, girl. Like, honey, going within, I'm telling y'all, things start to shift. I'm telling y'all right now, going within, cutting out distractions, you are going to get what you deserve. People don't want to pray and meditate. Leave them where they're at. They don't want to pray. They don't want to. Hey, I need money. Let me not do no. Bitch, fuck you. Not like that. But you know what I mean. But bitch, good luck with you. God bless you. Wake up. Okay, come on in, Lakers shot. Come on in here. Let's do it. No, not right now. Okay, maybe, maybe later. If not later, tomorrow. Somebody I owe a reading to, and I asked them if I could record it, and they're not on YouTube. This is an in-person situation. And I did ask them to record it. I've not heard back from them, but I'm going to tell them we can turn this reading into more than just a question reading if I can record it and put it, out there on the net. And that's what we're going to start doing, y'all. That's what we're going to start doing. We're going to start getting it in. People, we do a read out and say, "Hey, can I record it?" And that's it. You say, I'm not going to record without you knowing. But I'm going to record it and we're going to put that out there. Okay. Okay. Because y'all know, girl, okay. If you don't know, now you know. Honey, Mystic is one of them, honey. Hello. One of them, honey. I see myself in my 40s. Girl, I got a couple more years. Hello. I'm seeing myself in my 40s being that serene, sitting back. You know how you sit at a table. They come in and say, "Hi, I have a question." And I'm like, "Uh-huh. Go ahead. What is your question?" Because I'm be always in that meditative state. Can we talk about it? Ow! And they're going to ask the question. I see myself addressing that. There's no more bickering back and forth. There's no more watering dead flowers. There's no more fighting for people and things that don't want to be fought for. It's really now focusing on being that vessel, allowing that message to come through and relay it. And if I did have to, tap in and give a tea with Laker Spot, there is something that is coming up with business for you. I know I was saying it kind of lightly, jokingly, whatever. There's something coming with business. I don't know if there's a business idea that you've already invested in or someone you're connected to, but you are attached to some business that's either in the making, that's going to take off, or that's currently not doing too good and it's going to take off. Okay, and that did come up, so I just wanted to touch on that lightly because we talk about what I'm going to be doing. What's it called? The Jezebels? What the fuck was that called? The Zezerites on Dune. What they call those women that be sitting there and they be in the grandmother shit, girl? They have this veil on them and stuff. I can see me like that, girl. Have my face completely covered because I'm always seeing. I'm tapped in. I'm like the veil. I'm seeing, but I'm not seeing. You know what I mean? Like I'm seeing, but I'm tapping in through something totally different outside of what it is. Hello. Can we talk? That's what we gonna do. Okay. The Oracle cookies. Ben Gesserit. There you go. The Ben Gesserit. Can you confirm Liquor Spot if you're talking about a business, if a business idea is in the workings, if you actually own a business and you feel like it's not really taking off, can you actually confirm that? And this is not you, this is somebody you connected to. So this is like a partner or this is like a beneficiary, like somebody who you're connected to. Yes, come on in here. Ben Gesserit. Yes, honey. Thinking of a business. Bingo. It's gonna do good. It's gonna do good, honey. It's gonna do good. It's gonna do good. When you said that blue and gold was your family or your college alma mater colors, I saw like gold sparkles falling, gold flakes, and that's finances. So I was like, is she questioning her finances right now? That's why I was like, should we tap to get rid of them? I'm like, is she questioning her finances right now? Yeah, is she questioning her finances right now? Because baby, the business is going to do good. Okay. And if you are questioning your finances, the finances is going to do good, honey. Right now, money, if you don't know the money, just say goal wise where you want the money to be at, write that out realistically and watch it work. Okay. And this is this year too. Okay. You don't have to worry about, waiting until 2027, 2028, 2029. It's this year. Okay. So jump on it, honey. Please, okay. Husband or me? Okay. Okay. So you both have different business ideas. Is that what's going on? TC and me, same college. I know that's why I had. Oh, TC said it. Both me and my husband are thinking of businesses. Right. Oh yeah. They're gonna do good, honey. They're gonna do good. Yeah, they're gonna do good, honey. This is the right time, the right moment. Don't think about nothing else, Laker spot, lucky spot. Let me ask you this. Are you Filipino? Are you Pinoy? Are you Panay? Laker spot. Laka spot. Blessings. Come on in. I know that's right, honey. So TC said it, you said it. Ow. Wait, I need Lakers Pod to come on in here and talk. Both me and TC have the same college colors. I know that's right. Okay, so TC said it. Okay, I know that's right, honey. Yes, honey. Gold and blue. Ooh, I like that. Just something about those colors just look so good to me. This looks so good to me, honey. It looks so good. Y'all, let me go, y'all. What time is it? Okay, it's 9:45. Ooh, okay, I still got time, y'all. I could do my dishes. I could take out this trash. Yeah, honey, I'll be back later, if not later. Yes, ma'am. Moved from Nosy OC back to the Philippines. I know that's right. Come on in here. The crazy thing about it is there's like 3 Filipino guys that is on me. Okay, they are on me, honey, and they're just so infatuated with me. And I'm like, and one of them, he got a female name, and I'm like, isn't that like Shelby? I never knew Shelby, and I think this means like honey or something, right? Shelby. What does that mean in Puno in Philippine in Tagalog? Tagalog. Is it Tagalog or Ilocano? What does that mean, Shelby? Is that honey? I'm wearing blue and gold today. I know that's right, honey. I love those colors. I love those colors, honey. What am I wearing today? Am I wearing blue and gold today? No, but I need to get me a blue dress. Yeah, Shelby. Shelby. And think about how it's because I feel like this means like honey or something, right? Shelby. Is that like a term of endearment for something? Because I know this ain't no male's name. Not ringing a bell. Oh my God. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in here, Tasha. Yes, honey. Okay, so he go by the name Shelby, and I'm like, why do I feel like is it Showy? Showy. I feel like that. Let me see. Let me see somewhere that looks right because I'm like, I feel like this means something. Maybe not. Okay, maybe not. So yeah, his name is Shelby, and I'm like, I never knew that was a fucking unisex name. I thought that was only for girls. And when I tell you this man is so obsessed, and he's like, I need to this and that, and when I go to the Philippines, I need you to go with me to the Philippines, and he, he got a little health thing going on, like a healthcare facility. I think he got like two or three of them actually in the whole like Southern California area. But like when I go to Philippines, I'm gonna take you with me, and then this other one, honey. I don't know what to think about that, but I'm just like, girl, I'm like, I need to go to the Philippines, honey. What is it called? It's called not Manila. There's Vicaya. Is it Vicaya? Vicaya, Philippines. Am I saying that right? It's Vic or something. Oh, Nueva Vizcaya. There you go. And I said, baby, I need to go over there and see my people, honey. I need to say, hey, I got you, hey, got you, hey, got you, hey, got you. Because nobody talks about that. Everybody talk about Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia. They always talk about, when it comes to Caribbeans, Jamaica. And I said, I'm like, girl, let me go a place. Let me go to an exotic place. Let me go to a place where I know they have the ancients, honey. But Philippines have been on the map for a very long time. Back in the day, and a lot of people don't know this story, but they can do their research on it. Um, when the conquistadors got into Mexico, they had black people over there. They had, we're not going to say black people, we're going to say copper tone people. And they had rulings over this, right? That certain people were going to inherit certain land. And so some of the conquistadors, and there's one that they made like record and shit, and it became a known thing, where he actually went to the Philippines, got some people that look just like these um, black, or we're going to say copper tone people in Mexico, because if you don't know, Philippines did have Afro people there. Hello, people that had Afros there back in the day. Hello, if you don't know, now you know. Hello, that's one place that you can find Afro people, baby. They've been all over the world. They're from every place, every source. Can we talk about it? And so they brought them there, and they basically tricked the system into thinking that he was a part of those people, and it worked. They took over the land, and then he was able to pass that on to his people, and so forth, so forth. And so there's a lot of tea that goes on with the what they call it, the upper echelon of Filipinos that have connection to Mexico, and vice versa. And even we know that the conquistadors or the Spaniards, they, what they say, they were over there. They were in Mexico. They were in Spain. So, a lot of people have the same name, like De La Soto, Delgado, and all that good stuff, Rodriguez, and all that. And so, very interesting. Like I said, they've been on the map, they've been on the map, especially when it comes to the Americas. We love the Filipinos, honey. We do. Okay. Anyway, let me go, honey. Ow! A god people from Cebu. Yes, honey. Nueva Vizcaya. Yes, honey. Facts. Come on there. The Aboriginal Pygmies. The Aita people. Come on in here. I know that's right, honey. Oh, you know about the Pygmy hunts. Yes, mostly Spanish names. Okay. Yes, honey. Rosa. Yes, honey. They love it. So listen, y'all. Anubis is right here, honey. He bugging me. He ready to go outside. You ready to go outside and go pee pee? My baby ready to go outside and go pee pee. My 13-year-old baby. He's 13 years old. My baby ready. Actually, I was thinking this, y'all. Anubis is actually 12 years old. I need to look through my papers. He was either born in 2013 or he was born in 2014. But this motherfucker, you would think this is still a puppy. He is so energetic. Look right now like he bugging me. Look. He's like, Mama, I want to go. Okay. I got to get dressed, honey. I'll take you out right now. Honey, he got a few grays, but my baby, honey, he's the one. Honey, he's the one, honey. His mama fed him good. His mama fed him good. His mama loved him good all these years. His mama gave him some love. His mama gave him some love. His mama fed him good. He had good water. He had a good bed. He's been treated like a baby. Okay, go over there. We get dressed right now. We go outside. Go there. Go play with Baggy. Go play with Baggy. Anyway, y'all. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Come on here. Yes, Anubis. Yes, honey. He right here, baby. Yes. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Hey. Leave my daughter alone. Leave my daughter alone, motherfucker. Leave my daughter alone. I still may do it, y'all. I want Anubis to have some puppies, but I feel like he's too old. I don't feel like there's any babies that's gonna come from him. I think my baby is too old now. And what in dog years? Well, how old is Anubis in dog years? Hold on. Let me see. What? Now Bella getting up, girl. She getting jealous. Bella getting jealous. Wait, hold on. Oh, Anubis is 84 years old, y'all. He might be able to still have kids, girl. They said the men can have kids up until they're like 92. Can y'all believe that? Could y'all imagine y'all grandfather having a newborn baby at 92 years old? That is crazy, girl. They said men can have babies up until they're like 92 or 96. 92 or 96. Yeah, my baby, he's an old baby. He 84. He 84. Okay. Oh, we got another manifestation too, honey. You know, my apartment used this app that you wash your laundry with, and it says right now you have received a free wash. Ow, it said redeem now, y'all. I got this at 9:30, y'all. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all right now. Come on, universe. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. Come on here, universe. See, we ain't got time to play, girl. You got to be on that level of manifesting, honey. Manifesting. Y'all, listen, I will be back. You guys will see me again soon. And like I said, I do want to do 2 videos for y'all before we actually probably do a live sit down type of thing. I do want to do 2 videos, and we're going to put that out very, very soon. And I think the first one we're going to tap on is Agents of Chaos. I think that's the first one we're going to tap on, Agents of Chaos, because I see there's a lot of agents roaming around in the YouTube streets. Some of them are popular, people where you're like, girl, where did you come from out the blue? At 54 years old, all of a sudden you're this teacher and shit. And we Google you, you have no prior connections with spirituality stuff. What made you all of a sudden jump on it in 2020? What made you jump on it in 2020, 2020, 21, 2022? You're that old and you're so tapped in. Why didn't you jump on it prior to that? And so it's just, there's a lot going on with a lot going on. And hold on. Bitch, no the fuck it ain't. No the fuck it ain't. Bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Anyway. We'll be talking, y'all. Okay? I gotta go. Love and light, love and truth. Good seeing y'all, Tasha, Mystic Techno TV, Eric. We also had Fagam Belma. How you doing? Lakers Pride, how you doing? Yes, honey, good seeing y'all. Y'all take care, y'all. Great chatting as always. And definitely see y'all soon. Stay good, stay positive. Okay? Yes. Is Anubis going to give us a leader? What is that? I hope so. I hope so. Alita, I think about it, puppies. I hope so. I would love to do that, but that's why this year I'm definitely going to get this year I'm definitely going to get into an actual house. I was kind of like, damn, bigger space, the more you got to do, but I'm like, no, you know what? When I relocate, I'm gonna have the lesser the better. I make sure I have little or nothing in my place. And a lot of my stuff now, I'll either get rid of or I'll put it in storage because I do have a lot of shit, honey. But, and of course, shit that has value. Not trash. We don't keep trash. Okay. But, and then of course I'll get a female dog and, he can have some babies. Bella, of course, is fixed, so she can't have no babies, which is the saddest thing to me because, of course, after her, there's not going to be nothing else like my baby. She's such a unique baby. So it's, There's not gonna be no more of her. With Anubis, honey, I loved his personality. I love his personality. I love his energy. I love, everything about him. So having a baby that's just like him would be so amazing to have that experience all over again. Like, damn, he has a personality just like Anubis. And of course, I'll probably keep a daughter of his because, girl, as a boy dog, like this motherfucker is really a fucking boy dog, okay? And a girl, okay? Girl dogs, I feel like are a little more intelligent. They're well behaved. I've never trained Bella or Anubis. I did have to like get on Anubis' ass sometimes in the past, but Bella, she knows. I tell her no, she knows me. I tell her stay, she stay. I say don't, she don't. A lot of times, if we're out and about or I'm with me and people are going by the car, she's barking at them. I'll tell her to be quiet, and she'll know that. So I have to like look at her and say, Bella, be quiet, and then she look at me. Like, I know this bitch should not just tell me. She give me this look like, I know this bitch should not just tell me to be quiet. But guess what? She be quiet. Okay? Hello. And if she don't be quiet, I know something's going on. So now I tell the person or thing, hey, can you step back? Because there's something going on here. And they be like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you something in you is exciting my baby. But she didn't do that earlier. Okay. What are you doing? Yes, honey, Bella. Yes, honey, my Bella baby. Yes, honey. Yes. Come on in here. Come on in here. Yes, honey. Come on here, TC. As always, honey, I'm here. I'm here for y'all. Y'all know where to reach me at twospiritmystic.blogspot.com, 28spirit8mystic@gmail.com. And it's good to see y'all. It's really been a while. I think it's been like a few years for Laker Spot. I haven't seen you in like 2 or 3 years, Laker Spot. And then TC, I think it's been a year. I was like, what the hell is going on? I remember that. I was like, girl, is everything okay? Techno Mystic. I've seen Techno Mystic. Techno Mystic been getting into the work, doing what Techno Mystic has to do. And so I'm like, come on in here. So I'm like, okay, I understand, I understand, honey. That girl, that's the up and coming protege of Lady Gaga. Come on in here, girl. We still waiting for some music. Hey, y'all. Also, and not saying this episode, but this is because, of course, Techno Mystic loves Lady Gaga. I love Lady Gaga because one interview that I will always remember is when they were calling her a hermaphrodite, and she was like, "But why does that?" And he said, "So you ever gonna ask her?" Because she was like, "Why? Why does it matter if I have a dick or not? My fans doesn't care. I don't care either." So it's like, girl, that's what I'm talking about, bitch. Can we focus on the music? Can we ask her about her song? Is she gonna come out with a new song? Can we ask her about that? Where she get her beats from? Fuck, if like that be the thing too. They stop sexualizing people, honey. Stop sexualizing the children. Stop sexualizing the artist. If you want to know if she has a chick or dick or not, a dick or a vagina, date her and find out. That's what you do. That whole act like, girl, why are you so concerned about it? You want to suck on it? That's what she should have asked. Was it Pierce Morgan that asked that? Do you want to suck on it, babe? Why are you so concerned? Well, are you a hermaphrodite? But why? Is it a bad thing to be a hermaphrodite? No, it's not. That's like somebody, do you really like black people? Why not? Should he not like black people? I'm confused here. Well, no, it's not that he shouldn't, but the fans want to know. The fans don't want to know. The weird ones do. Just like the weird ones want to know if she had a dick or not. Honey, we don't give a fuck about if she have a dick or not. I'm not sleeping with Lady Gaga. You know what I mean? Girl, most of your celebrities have STDs and STIs. We're not asking that. We're not asking Nicki Minaj and these people, are you STD free? Are you clean, Cardi B? We're not asking Summer Walker if she have hepatitis C or not. We still buy the music, right? So why does that matter? Why does that matter, babe? Oh, she probably slept with 30 or 40 men. Why are we concerned about that girl? She's a singer. She didn't say she was a Christian woman who came to repent and say that she's the Virgin Mary. So that's what I love about Lady Gaga. She said, babe, why does it matter? Girl, and she was sucking on a clear quartz too. That was not no ice. That was a clear quartz. She was sucking on a clear quartz, baby. Love her. Anyway, y'all, let me go. Good seeing y'all. Bye for now, y'all.